Alright people, so here we are, spawning on GSR Whirlwind as the first map, which is a very unusual choice for GVZ. Thanks to the big spaces on the map, this map usually tends to produce a ton of macro games, but hey, anyway, here we are, and spawning in the top right corner on this map is Jack, who can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Jack can't hear me. Jack, can you hear me? Let me just fix the Jack thing. Doom 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 doom. What about now? Can you hear me, Jack?
Hey, there we
Hey! Oh, and Blight
he's
taking
fly
the
away.
fast victory. Yeah.
No, just the way that Nerchio builds probe sometimes, it's just intimidating.
Yeah, I mean, you scout him and you see, oh my god, you know, and that's it. That's really it. That did it. But anyway, there was a question in the chat. Yegwen, did you make the map preview? Of course not. I'm not that much talented. But is this thing
There
working
we go.
again?
It is now.
Probably not the most fortunate way to introduce yourself, but hey. So in the meanwhile, guys, someone on the chat is asking for a bracket, so here you go. That's the bracket, guys, and we are now trying to resolve Bly versus Nerchio, which is one lower bracket step before the lower bracket finals. And, you know, the map is going to be hosted in a second.
The players want to start from the replay, so we'll be doing that.
After 5 seconds?
So they want?
Alright, it's the player's wish. But let me add that to our future rule set. No starting from the replay after 10 seconds. Oh yeah. Bly just being funny with Nerchio. They are good friends. By the way, I am really glad that you guys like the new map intros. I also think they are sick. And also, by the way, when a friend of mine, Bison here, that's also casting for a French stream, he told me that that Coyote was doing those sorts of map intros. I was like, wow, I mean, you know, wow. And then I spoke with Coyote and he said, yeah, I can help you. You know, of course I had to pay him, but anyway, the result was just tremendous. I did not dream we will have such good map intros, not in 2013.
Yeah, definitely not. It's really cool to have. Big props to Coyote for getting it done. Doing some excellent work.
Rightio. So here we are waiting for the players to unpause the game, and we will have this big boom boom boom, which should be starting every ladder match. I think I would play much more ladder if I had this countdown. Bam bam bam, yeah, here we go baby. And it's much more fascinating than hearing that beeping in the background. So anyway, Jack, you care to do it in introductions?
Yeah, well, we can do introductions, but we could also note that there is a pool going on directly right away. So
This is...
Nerchio is going to be heating up the action right away, and the question is Bly going to go for a hatchery first? Whirlwind is a really big map, so going for a hatchery first is very likely here. Ooh, no, going to go for the gas first. Going to go for the gas first. So likely going to follow up with a pool and be okay. But
yeah, and gas
still,
pool
strong
opening,
10 pool.
Yeah, strong 10 pool on GSL Whirlwind. It's probably a little bit less stronger because the running distance for the Zerglings is very long between the bases, and also you need to scout properly. But Nerchio will know that that Bly will spawn in one of those two locations, and as soon as he sees the Overlord, he will know even better. But then, you know, Bly, like you said, going for the gas pool opening, which is probably the safest opening around the block if you are interested to go into fast expansion and just have this this room for breeding if your opponent chooses you.
Yep, and 10 pool, very strong attack, but by no means is it an all-in attack. Yeah, you can have a very strong follow-up from it. You can expand as long as you deal some damage. The issue, though, is there's no really fast expansion coming out of Bly right now, so Bly should be fine against this.
And does Bly know what's happening? I mean, you know, he's very much delaying. Yes, he knows. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I mean, Bly just feels this. Bly, of course, is Nerchio's teammate, so, you know, those guys probably have played each other a ton. And, you know, Nerchio has a tendency of opening with 10 pools, so Bly does react to that perfectly. He does not see too much scouting drones, scouting Zerglings, and he just saw it with an Overlord on the map. So, anyway.
Yeah, Nerchio is going to force a Spine Crawler here. Ooh, get caught a little bit. Going to take a hit from it, and he will back up. But yeah, he's forced a Spine Crawler. He hasn't lost all that much, and he's droning up behind it, so... just a nice little pressure coming out of Nerchio here.
Yeah, so that's a nice and not so cheesy way to open. What is cheesy though is reacting to that with a Bailing Nest. I mean, Bailing Nest is a very cool thing to do. I regret we don't see too many Bailing all-ins, because Bailings against Zerg are probably one of the strongest early game units if you couple them up with a ton of Zerglings. Recently players just tend to save the gas for a later transition, but no, that's not something that Bly is willing to do.
Yep, definitely not. And we have Nerchio running across the map and going for the Bailing Nest as well. So both players know each other very well, mirroring each other's strategies here. And it's just going to be an all-out micro battle. Very, very dangerous.
Oh, and
one wrong step and you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Uh-oh, Bly going... and Nerchio... he doesn't see the counters on the Banelings, because if he saw the moment where the Banelings actually start to morph, he could just go for a surround and kill all of them.
Yeah, it's just really difficult to get that timing. He's going to try to force some explosions, but really nice job by Bly taking that down.
Oh, and he's hiding behind the bushes. This is so smart. And going for a surround. Oh, he just wants to go for the main of Nerchio. Nerchio is already across the map, and Bly will...
Oh, really nice moves from Nerchio here. He's going to block up that ramp.
Yeah. Oh my god, what is going to happen? Only 2 Banelings of Bly to defend this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, and now, well, Nerchio will have problems of his own.
Oh! Did you see that, Baneling? Oh,
I did see that.
Oh my god. Oh, everything just went down there. Wow, that was kind of insane.
Yes, it was. And it not so frequently happens that a Baneling blows so many Zerglings apart.
Yep, and in response, I was going to try to get his expansion up here. Everyone moving in. We have these 2 Banelings over here. Oh man, that is not what Bly wanted.
But this game is crazy. I love this game, by the way. This is by far the least standard ZVZ I have seen in a long while. And oh, still doing nice defense with the Banelings. Bly is coming out of on top, or is he? Oh, ay. He's going for the expansion.
Really tight. This is neck and neck at this point in time. The reinforcements come in from Nerchio. We got the Banelings also moving their way in.
Nice pick by the Zerglings, but then I don't think that Bly will be able to secure this expansion. What?
He had all the Banelings morphing in on the top of the ramp again. That could have been a strong moment for him. But it looks like, yeah, he's going to secure his base and make sure that his opponent does not get one. So,
but Nerchio's
Nerchio,
advantage, yeah, he is
the
securing
advantage.
the base. Exactly. He has all of his units. So many bailings moving across the map, and now Nerchio will try to blow them, but you know, Bly has done a perfect job of splitting them apart. This way, they will not be able to be taken down by a single bailing of a Nerchio, or, you know, 2 bailings by Nerchio. And Bly is trying to take down the 3rd base. Will it be taken down by bailings? Oh my god, this was crazy! Whoa!
Now all he has to do is defend this base. He's got to keep this base alive. He's managed to deny Bly's expansions multiple times now. He has to keep his alive. Oh, this is not looking good.
Oh, well, will he hold? Yes, he does. Nerchio does hold this. And he has
managed to
his
hold here.
expansion.
Small force of links coming in.
Wow, he has his expansion while Bly does not, which puts him in a significant lead in this game.
Absolutely, absolutely does. Let's take a look at the worker count. Nerchio just started 6 workers, so really trying to get the saturation up here. And it's, oh my god, it's 30 to 19. So despite the fact that, I'm sorry, 30 to 24, it's just as I say that. Despite the fact that he's got the expansion up, Bly is the one with the more drones at the time.
Yeah. So you know, the game seems to be leveling up, and by far I think it's the best ZVZ we have casted this evening. Some of the games previously have been intense, but the very personal character of this specific ZVZ is something I love.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. We had a transfusion on a Baneling back there. That was quite intense. And yeah, so we're actually sort of balancing things out. We might continue normally into the mid game. Both players getting their layers up. Spires likely to follow.
Oh, I mean, I love those guys so much. They're probably a perfect fit for each other to play ZVZ. Both of them are very unconventional, so I just wonder what other games will we see from them. This is going to be an exciting evening, guys.
Absolutely. And here we are having the layer finish earlier for Bly. So he's going to get the jump. He has a lot of gas starting to bank up here. And that's going to be for a big Muta switch.
Oh, yes.
The issue is, with Nerchio's layer being this far behind, Bly's going to have a timing where he will have more Mutas than his opponent. And if he can make that work for him, if he can take the advantage from that, take full advantage of the opportunity, yes, he's going to be in a great spot and might even win the game.
So right now, Bly is also securing himself the 3rd base, which is probably what he really needs to get ahead of Nerchio, because they are on a very equal foot right now, right? And both of them very even, except the fact that if Bly secures the 3rd, he'll be a ton ahead. Yep.
So Bly trying to secure all the advantages. He's managing a little bit of a lead in tech right now, and trying to get that 3rd base. In the meantime, Nerchio is going to do the same thing. Seems like Nerchio is doing everything that Bly's doing, but just a little bit later.
Which is not all of a good sign after all.
Yeah, generally not. It has its own advantages and disadvantages.
If you
it's like
do
going
stuff,
for the upgrades too early, you're going to have more units if you go for the upgrades earlier, you know?
Yeah, and going for stuff a little... Oh, some nice banelings, but then nothing significant dies.
Oh, he's going to get this queen here. Very nice. It's a full energy queen.
And she tried to use the medkit on herself, but it did not really work. Oh, nice banelings by Nerchio. There's only one single winged dog remaining. Now, what is Nerchio going for? Nice, a run by to take down Bly's 3rd, and there is nothing, virtually nothing to defend it except all those 14 mutas on the way. Yeah, that's what he needs, and he'll probably just sack this base. He doesn't really have a choice. He's sacking this base, and he will be able to deal with all those Zerglings easy peasy. How many mutas are there on the map? 13, freaking 13 mutas. And Nerchio is only starting to produce 3 of his own.
Oh, he is way behind the Mutalist count. This is a very, very dangerous time for Nerchio. He has to get his Mutalist count up, and he can't be losing anything right now. No Spore Crawlers in his natural mineral line. That is going to be very rough.
Oh yes, and both of those guys are in difficult terms when it comes to the minerals. And Nerchio will be losing his third base as well. So, you know, trading hit by hit, hitting each other in the face, that's the way those guys roll.
Yep, absolutely. And really nice moves here. He can't compete against mutas, so he just sends the lane across the map to clear it up.
His
Has a nice
expansion
run
will
by
be
into the
taken
main
down
as well.
without a cancel. Oh, so bad for Bly. But does he really care with so many mutas? Uh-oh, Nerchio has a ton of his own, supporting by the drones. Not sure that Bly has enough. Oh, the drones are falling, but they soaked up so much damage, and Bly will be losing all of his mutas.
Advantage.
Oh, this is so good for Nerchio right now. Holy smokes. And Bly also in the background has lost a ton of his workers. Now worker supply 30 against 30. Workers lost 15 against 14. I mean, this game is sick.
Yeah, that was a really bad decision there by Bly to engage underneath with all of that ground support and in the base. So the defender's advantage kicked in. Nerchio was able to have all of his reinforcements there. And Bly is just in shambles right now.
Yes, you're exactly right. Army supply-wise, Nerchio is so freaking far ahead, and he's just making sure he has the right level of Zergling support. Now, for those of you who are new to StarCraft 2, the reason why you need Zergling support with the mutas is if you fight muta versus muta with some ground support on one side, then your ground support is going to soak up so much damage from the mutas, at least one hit from time to time, and this gives you a very decent advantage. Now the mutas of Bly going into the natural, there's already a spore crawler there, and also angry mutas from Nerchio. And oh, Nerchio is going with a run by.
This is a double run by. He's got one into the main, one group into the natural. He should be able to take out this queen.
Oh, just dismantling Bly right now. Bly is doing his best to defend, but he is heavily understaffed right now. And Nerchio has just the number of mutas that Bly has, but Nerchio has them faster. Nerchio is planning better when it comes to positioning them on the map, and oh, he's not so greedy to go for this expansion.
Yep, and here we are. We have the equal upgrades, and the mutas look like they're going to attack now. Oh, he's going to try to just get out of here, but he's taking a lot of free hits in the meantime.
Oh, lucky.
Oh, no. And that's it.
Bad maneuvering again. Nerchio, you bowler. So, I mean, this game, wow. This game was a really good ZVZ example. And when I am to cast ZVZs, I prefer to cast games like we have seen today. All of them were pretty darn good, and this by far the best, on such equal terms. So Nerchio taking an early lead, leading 1-0 after opening with an 8 pull. Hey, you know, that's awesome. So what's next? What can Nerchio do right now? For example, since this is a best of 5 series, if you are already leading 1-0, you can take even more risks, because you already have a nice safety margin built up with your score that you have already. So what Nerchio can do is go again for some early pull and again for some nice aggression. Now, will Bly know that Nerchio does it? This is a tricky question. These guys know each other throughout. They are playing for the same team multiple times. They have clashed against each other, practicing ZVZ. So we will see. Bly is picking the map right now. We will see. Oh, there are some maps we haven't seen the intros to. So I mean, I'm all eager to showing you that, guys. Oh, whoa. So Jack, what is your impression?
Well, don't know. I would really like to see some more of that Road Titan play. It's definitely my favorite play, so maybe Neo Planet S, maybe that'll happen again. We'll have to see.
I'm only doing the casting for the map intros, really, guys. If not the map intros, I would already drop the casting career. I only want to see the map intros. And after that, yeah, you know, stuff happens, people die and get dropped out of tournaments. I don't really care. I want to see more map intros.
Let's hope then for everything to go to the game 5.
Ooh, the map is going to be Daybreak. I love that intro. Yeah. So guys, how are you enjoying the cast? How are you enjoying the games themselves? Just let us know. We are here to be the best and to be the best for your pleasure. Remember, after every single stream that we do, we have a free Heart of the Swarm copy to give away. So make sure you stick until the very end for the extra chance of getting StarCraft 2. Well, I mean, what we should do, I know you're not a friend of that idea, but I really think we should do a tournament with the best players competing on only the maps that were released as the first ladder map pool. So Scrap Station, Steps of War, Zelnaga Caverns, Metallopolis, sorry. I mean, I haven't seen a game on those maps for a very long time now. I'm not even sure that the players could play them.
Yeah, I think actually that did happen. There was an old map tournament in QXC1, I'm pretty sure.
That would be, you know, that's the sickest thing ever. Just playing on the old maps. How can you play on Scrap Station nowadays? I mean, that would be hilarious.
DBZ on Scrap Station.
No. TVT, you know, just
like that natural is so far away from the main.
Not to mention the
like
ridiculously close
far away.
And the ridiculously close distance to the enemy's base.
Yeah, it's just like even the long rush distance is short.
So anyway, let's introduce the map. Alright, and Nerchio already spilling some beans and letting his enemy know where is he spawning. Of course, in the top right corner. Of course, it is Nerchio, the bad mannerer of today.
Yeah, it's the same as on Antigua. Why?
And here spawning in the bottom left corner, he is Nerchio's teammate.
Nerchio's teammate, of course, would be Acer Bly.
Yeah.
Pass the test. I knew it.
Yeah, I mean, you're paying attention to what happens on the stream. That's really nice. I think that's the main requirement I had for a co-caster. Really, I have interviewed so many people, and eventually they you know, they didn't pay attention. Now Jack was the first person who really knew what's happening, and he was even able to say my name. Oh, you know. So many people just try to do a weird Russian accent with Yegwen. Yegwen was just intended as an English nickname, so it's read Yegwen. But people try to do very weird Russian accents with it because they think that I'm Russian. Don't know why. Don't ask me.
Yeah, I don't know why either. Yegwen seems to me just like an ID. I guess it maybe could be felt like it's Eastern European in some way, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Racists. But anyway, here we have Nerchio doing a spawning pool and also going for this early hatchery. And Bly
doing a 10 pool.
oh yeah, Bly doing a spine crawler. And this will not be seen. I knew it. This is awesome. And Nerchio saw what is going on with this overload here, but what he did not saw was the spine crawler. But he knows it has to be here, so here he tries to defend it. Will it build on time? I don't really think so. The Zerglings are already
he's
here.
Not gonna make it.
Yeah. Two cheeky
He's gonna try to whale away
yeah.
this hatchery for a bit here. But yeah, he's gonna have a Zergling advantage if Nerchio goes down because he has this reinforcement. No, they're gonna be even. It's all gonna be about positioning.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna take on some of the lings, but not all of them.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna try to get this hatchery down, but it's not. It doesn't seem to be working out. Oh no! Oh no! That defender's advantage kicking in very strong, and Nerchio holds. He's gonna have the earlier expansion out, and he's going to have the lead. Both players droning up. The rush is over. The defense has been made. And Nerchio victorious in his first phase of the game.
Yeah. So So anyway, Nerchio is just using the spine crawler. He has sorry with the score, I'm just trolling you guys. Nerchio already using the spine crawler and securing his natural. Now this is easy. This natural has sustained some heavy losses, but there was a moment where Bly has left some focus and he was just trying to focus down the natural, hoping for that quick game, but he didn't have the numbers, and like you said, he just had too much.
Yep. So now we'll move into the next stage. Really what we're looking at is what the players are going to be spending their gas on. If we see a Baneling nest come down, or if we see some roaches built or something like that, it's all about that gas that is building up. The first 100 gas is almost always going to go to Yegwen's speed. After that, we'll be looking at what happens next. Looks like Bly is maybe gearing up to spread some creep between his two bases, which would be very nice to see.
Yeah, sometimes Zergs argue, should we really spread creep on our part of the map? We saw that working against Nerchio when he was playing Snood, because when Snood was doing the run by, he already had this nice creep highway that helped him get there faster. And you know, it was not a very good situation for Nerchio. So some of the Zergs just say, yeah, I will not be doing creep at all because that will give you too much advantage if you do a run by.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult balance. It's the hotly discussed topic amongst Zerg players right now. We are seeing the one Baneling nest go down, the second Baneling nest. The Nerchio Baneling nest is to be seen.
Yeah,
he's built up 200 gas.
Bly going for a Baneling nest now, and a lot of gas for him, but Nerchio is just building up a ton more gas. He's going for Lair, and he is taking all of his gas geysers, so I think what is going to happen next is he's just going to switch for Mutas, exactly like the last game. He's just hoping not to have invest in Banelings.
Huge Baneling attack, yeah, and attack, and no Banelings at all. I feel like if Bly gets his Banelings out in time, he's going to have a huge advantage. There they are.
But the Banelings are not yet morph. Holy smokes, this is intense. Nerchio has the force advantage while Banelings are not on the field yet, and he just runs all around the place, and only now Bly with the Banelings, but you know how much damage has been dealt already. The Queen has been downed, one at the natural, the second one in the main just getting low health, and oh wow, that was close.
Just barely saved there. But he's still got, Zerglings running around in the line.
Yeah, and now Bly should
that's bought him a little bit of time here.
He
is going to build a Baneling nest. Yeah, he's going to build it. He built it. He canceled it, and he attacked, and now he's building it again.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't mean to cancel it. Didn't realize it got canceled. We'll have to see. Going for the wall in here. He's in a bit of trouble.
Now, if we check, Bly already has 8 Banelings on the map. Going for 8 additional ones, this is going to be so awesome for him. And Nerchio doing nice job picking up Banelings here and there, but you know, how can you defend against so many? And this wall is not as strong as it looks, so Bly will just go and run straight into the main. Oh, blowing up against that building. That was a bad. Oh, and Nerchio losing so many drones, 6 of them, losing the natural altogether. He's in shambles.
Yeah, he's absolutely falling apart here, and he manages to make the defense happen, but at what cost? He is gonna have to rebuild his expansion, and Bly's economy is just so much stronger than his right now.
So here we go. Nerchio just on his back foot, trying to stay in the game. He's also going for Mutas right now, but that's going to be a long while from now. 2 minutes before the first Muta leaves the nice comfort of the egg.
Yeah, and the big issue here is he's not mining gas from his naturals, so he's not going to be able to keep up with Bly in terms of Mutas once he gets his gas. Actually, but wow, yeah, Bly not taking his third and fourth geysers, instead going for a third base.
Oh, that's nifty, but Nerchio sees it. The question is, will Bly go for it? Yes, he does. Ooh, Nerchio saving himself with only 3 Banelings there. a bunch of Bly's banings was just killed. This is why you have to be careful with the banings so much. And one single baning. You know, too bad that the banings do not have the kill count. I would love to check how many Zerglings did that one baning take. To hell with him.
Yeah, that was quite a few.
Oh, and Nerchio! Wow, what money banings from Nerchio there, buying himself a ton of time and just demolishing whatever Bly had to throw at him. And this puts Bly in a tight spot. Really, Nerchio is already going for Mutas, and Bly knows, okay, you know, he has been tied up so long, he is forced or bound to go Mutas. Yeah.
I made failing this 5 times. I don't know why it wasn't. Yeah. So it was a mistake there.
No, it was me pressing the cancel button. I didn't know it works from observer screen, but if you're a referee, you can actually do that. Nah, but
the trolls. But in any case, a lot of mutas out right now for Nerchio, and see if this Hydra defense holds. Now, we were talking about creep spread and ZVZ. This is a situation where you do want to have your creep spread between your bases, because the Hydras are very slow off creep.
Exactly.
This is going to be a rough situation because the mobility of the Mutalisk is just going to should be able to wreck
10 Hydras on the way,
hard.
but before they come, these Mutas are going to deal a ton of damage, and those Hydras are going off from different eggs in different bases, and you know, they are not very well one against many. They are not the Musketeers. Oh, and they just drop like flies here, and Bly doesn't know what to do with this wild bunch of Mutas.
Yep. He's just sort of running around picking the Hydras off one by one. Bly is beginning to stabilize now, while Nerchio continues to crank out Mutalisks.
So Nerchio is fully intent on going full Mutas, and you know, that's cool. Bly has to defend with all of his Hydras, but then I would say that going for a Hydra upgrade, Hydra speed upgrade, would be really strong at this point in time.
Absolutely, I definitely agree with that. And you can see Nerchio just running around the map, and the oh, he even attacked his own Overlord there for a sec, but Bly can't really keep up.
Yeah. And Nerchio going for a run by right now. Will Bly be prepared? I think he shall not lose this base defending with the Hydras, but you know, guess what? Nerchio is in your main. Yeah, and oh my god, just defending that third, and he will lose so many drones in his main, up to 14, 15 killed right now, piling up even bigger. Nerchio is on it.
Yeah, and he can kill all of these Overlords here as well. Just tons of damage coming in, and Bly finally pulling his Overlords in to a different area, trying to keep him safe from the Mutas.
Well, this was kind of easily predictable. Now, oh my god,
oh, this is too much.
Nerchio, you badass. And you know, the problem that Bly has is, oh, I have enough force to deal with the Mutas. Come and fight me. That's not what my mother told me. Nope.
Yep, that's right. He's just gonna stay away, take the guaranteed damage where he can, and just fly, regen, and do it again. It's very, very difficult right now in Bly's situation. Defending with Hydras is just very difficult.
Oh yes, it is. And I'm still amazed why Bly doesn't have this upgrade for movement speed outside creep. It's beyond my understanding. But hey, here comes Nerchio straight for the natural. He's hoping for another set of drone kills, and you know, he's going to achieve it.
Yep, and he comes in here, he gets the Spore Crawler, he gets a Queen, he's got all these Overlords and drones that he can kill. It's just very, very, oh man, he could even get the Hydralisk down, but he's not going to go for it.
And Bly is just going for a base trade. I mean, he doesn't care at this point. He wants to kill off Nerchio before he is killed off himself. He's trying desperately to build some Spore Crawlers in his main, but that won't work. The Spore Crawlers don't come up. Wow, so many banings explode in the natural here. They just don't care. So, boss, what should we explode against? I don't care, just freaking explode. And they exploded against Larva, which is so powerful because they kill off Larva. And now Bly is destroying Nerchio's natural. Nerchio, of course, tries to run away with some drones, but not too many of them will reach the safety and comfort of the Mutas Shadow.
Oh, these drones are going to run right back past this Overlord. Nerchio doesn't see it and they get by. Like we said before, the Hydras are going to do pretty well against these Mutas head-on, but the question is, are there enough Hydras to deal with this Mutalisk force?
That's a good question. Also, Nerchio has like a couple of Zerglings in Bly's mineral line, which destroy all the spore crawlers. And now Bly goes for it, but
these
Slight
banglings
is...
are going to be really helpful here. And that looks
Oh
like it's
my
it.
god!
Nerchio's got this. GG.
Whoa! Did you see that explosion? Wow. I
Well
mean...
done.
Whew. So intense. This is such an intense evening, guys. I'm pretty much tired by now. 3 best of 5 series. We have been casting 2 best of 9 series, which in theory should produce more games, but wow, those series are pretty damn intense, don't you think?
Absolutely. And I mean, I wasn't expecting Nerchio to be able to take this 3-0, but it's looking like it. He's just really strong ZVZ.
Yeah. And by the way, I know from Nerchio personally that he doesn't really like to play Mutas, but you know, he is one of the players that would adapt to the current meta game. If the Mutas are the way to go, if they are the best thing to do, he will do it. He's not like Goody, who would just play what he prefers to play. And you know, Goody usually does that with the mech army. No, Nerchio is a player who will use the best possible tool in the situation rather than focus on using the tool that he likes the most, if you know what I mean.
Yep. Everyone's got their own little philosophy with that. The advantage of doing your own style all the time is that you get really comfortable with it and really good with it, whereas going with the metagame will get you the whatever happens to be stronger at the current time. So, you know, a little bit of a trade-off there. Both styles definitely viable, and the variety of it's always interesting to watch.
We're not going to quote that, but there is a teensy tiny bit of trying to get to under each other's skin in the lobby right now. But you know. So the conversation goes, oh, I forgot to go Bailing Nest. Oh, I forgot to do it sooner than you. Oh, I did that mistake. Yeah, I did that mistake twice and I still won. So that's the kind of a banter that's going on. Dum dum dum, let's go to the map intro. Right, guys, and here we are. The series is tied up 1-1 between Nerchio spawning here in the top right corner as the blue Zerg and his opponent. Jack.
Acer Bly.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what you were going with because you started with the name and then gave the description and then his opponent, and I have a delayed screen over on the left side. I'm just like, wait, what is he?
Who is he playing?
What is going on right now? I was like, what? His opponent, that's Nerchio, what? And we have Neoplanet S, so hopefully we'll see some Roach Hydra action. That would be quite fun.
Anyway.
Oh, 10 pool.
Oh.
Oh, 10 pull again.
Double 10. Those guys read each other like... how do you call those guys that reach your hands?
Oh, psychics.
Psychics. Yeah, so those, you know, they probably just sit next to each other and just consider it funny to look into each other's screens. That probably wouldn't happen. They would probably be more like me and my bro when we were cheating while we were playing each other on a split screen. We were just mashing each other with our fists, you know, trying to distract. That was the real meta game back in the 90s.
Yep. Along with the Mario metagame of moving the controller so that Mario jumps farther. Didn't actually work. Many people tried it.
I haven't heard that one before. I mean,
yeah,
jump,
I played
Mario, jump.
They would even like they would move the controller while they pressed the jump. It would also literally stand up and start jumping whenever they didn't jump. So like, come on, I gotta make it.
It
Doesn't
didn't
do
even
anything.
have a gyroscope. But anyway, here we are. No, they predicted the future with the move controllers. Though now Bly already sees what Nerchio is doing, and Nerchio will of course see what Bly is doing. What the F is wrong with you? By the way, notice that Bly hit his Zerglings in his own base. He'll be hoping for a defender's advantage, and that's it. Oh, and going in for the engagement, getting a couple nice early hits, which is always important when you have equal-sized Zerg armies. And Bly is going for an expansion here. Hey!
Lowest moving drone you've ever seen.
Let me go! I want to build something. Nah, sorry. You're not Bob the Baning, you're not Drone the Builder. Just need to stick around until it's safe.
It's so weird to watch Zergling battles off creep without speed. It's so slow.
Yeah.
It's just like, what is it? Are we on the wrong game speed? What's going on?
This is so fast. No, so, you know, battles of slugs. Yeah, but those Zerglings look really weird without the speed, and you know you can accept that while they are just moving across the map. But when the actual battle happens and they still do not have speed, it looks really weird.
Absolutely. So it looks like the 10 pools have canceled each other out. Still see a fair amount of aggression out on the map, but yeah, so we should be able to move into two base play with more than 15 drones or so.
Just, you know, blue against red. It is always like that. I don't know who was the inventor. I don't know who was the inventor of blue versus red, but hey, it stuck around for many years.
Yeah, those are the classic colors. If you're gonna be opposing, it's like blue and red are just always against each other.
You may read into it and think that it reaches out to the, you know, communist versus capitalist times, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So anyway, here we have Bly trying to just keep Nerchio's Zerglings in the base. Oh,
no engagement.
No engagement at all.
No engagement. No engagement. They're just gonna continue
and
to
then,
run away.
You know,
here.
okay, gear 2.
Oh, nice little turnaround there. He's actually gonna have he has a big advantage here. He's gonna pull back for those Banelings getting into the fight.
Those guys must have been practicing. They run so fast. And here we have a set of Bob's the Banelings, because you guys love that joke. They are building up, and we need to. Oh my God! Nerchio can just blow up those Banelings with 2 of his, and he's going for it.
3.
Boom! Yeah, and the Banelings.
Oh! Ooh! Slightly unfortunate.
And now Bly going for a run by, but it was a trap. There was already a Baning waiting there to intercept. By the way, leaving a Baning close to your natural ramp is one of the smartest things to do. However, leaving your natural open to all Zerglings hits, probably not so smart.
Yeah, really scrappy game, very back and forth here. Nerchio building drones while Bly is building up another force of Zerglings.
And why does Nerchio not have speed at this moment in the game? He just went for the latest.
Like crazy.
Yeah, the latest speed I have ever saw.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that allows him to get that Baneling nest up faster, to maybe do a very fast Baneling attack kind of a thing. But I mean, he didn't have his Banelings out very much any earlier than Bly did, really. So unfortunately, it didn't really work out well for him, and how he's left without Zergling speed, which is very much unfortunate. Makes a big difference in the Zergling versus Zergling battles.
Will Nerchio hold it?
Grab a couple of drones.
And one Baneling.
And out.
Yeah. And in. And
out.
Out, yeah.
Yeah, no engagement.
I will not make an intercourse joke.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you.
In any case, we have a... Oh, he's going to surround the queen. He might be able to grab it. These Banings are coming in. He pulls out before he loses anything. Oh, man. Really careful play by Bly.
Playing with the fire. Or should we say with the acid?
We should probably say with the acid. In this case. Definitely the banelings.
That was not the smoothest touch on your part, but thank you for pointing that out. I really appreciate the joke, though.
I mean, we got to be honest. Honesty is the best policy, and as they say. And yeah, so layers coming out, and Bly going for Roach. So we'll have perhaps some Roach versus Muta action.
Yeah, and this game looks hilarious so far. And by the way, you know, I would love to see Nerchio and Bly play each other more, because they seem to be producing the best ZVZs we can possibly see. They are like unpredictable machines, crazy from both sides. But hey, like
yeah, I think a big part of this map is the lack of airspace around the outside, and just like the very.
Oh my God! Did you see
God.
that? That was huge, and Nerchio tried to go for some, you know, bailing cheese right here, sneak in a couple of them to the natural, but hey, no. And here come the Roaches. Ricky Roach being here to defend the day and save everyone.
Those banelings are not doing so well against the Roaches, and he's half going to turn around. We have a Spire coming up now, but the issue is the Roaches are already on their way across the map. He can't hesitate. He's got to get in there and deal damage before the Mutalisks come out.
And Nerchio will have to produce something to defend, otherwise, you know, his defenses with the Mutas will be all just fine, but a tad bit too late.
Actually,
so
hold up. He's only got 300 gas in the bank. This isn't going to be a huge flush of Mutas. He's going to have to defend with banelings.
And Bly is taking the fit right now, a perfect chance for that. And Nerchio is just building spine crawlers. Oh my God, a ton of banelings. He used that gas. This is why he... Oh my God, that was a huge hit for the Roaches.
Yeah, he's gonna have 4 spine crawlers up in a sec. Some more Zerglings and banelings to defend. He could be in trouble here. He's not gonna have too many Mutas coming out to help against this. This could be a very, very big bust and successful from. Oh God! And here the Zerglings are coming in. The Roaches are holding up pretty well, but these spine crawlers are dealing out a lot of damage. Banelings coming in with more splash damage. They're gonna run right past. The spine crawlers. On the way are 6 Mutas, but I don't know how much they're going to be able to help. The Roaches are at low health and should get cleaned up, but the damage is being dealt. A lot of drones being taken down here.
So, to sum up the losses, when we say a lot of drones have been killed, we actually meant 3, because that's how many drones has Nerchio lost. It is really good. Now, Bly is still in the main mineral line and taking down even more losses. Now the Reaper has arrived and 6 drones have been killed by Bly, but also he has managed to secure himself the third, and he's also switching into Mutas, producing Spore Crawlers like crazy, because he needs to stay in this game, and he's doing exactly what Nerchio was doing 2 games ago. When he is being attacked by Mutas, he's just doing Zerglings run by, because that forces Mutas to get back home, or at least some of them.
Oh, one baneling here, gonna take out a lot of Zerglings, but not really enough to completely clear out the damage. Luckily, there's a bunch of Lings over there. In the meantime, we do have the Mutas running around and clearing out Overlords, dealing some damage to workers as well. That one Spore Crawler is helping out a little bit, but the issue is that these Mutas have nothing to fight them right now.
Yeah, and Bly still has a huge force of Zerglings on the map, so he is going to proactively use that to counter any, any ground force that will be moving. Because what will Nerchio try to do? He will try to support his Mutas with his own Zerglings. Bly knows that I have more Zerglings. This is why he is trying to do the intercept. Now, where? There he is. Yeah, just hiding. Alright,
here we are. If he camps up on these Mutalisks over here and he takes them out, he's going to be in a really good spot. This is a good place to engage as long as he doesn't activate those Spore Crawlers.
Oh, yeah, Nerchio seems to be having it. Bly did not pull back some of his drones, and that seems to be the smart thing to do when you're fighting Mutas versus Mutas in your own base. Pulling back the drones, that made Nerchio successful in the game number 1, and Bly is going for a run by, but hey, surprise party, and a ton of Zerglings just jumped out of a bush.
Yeah, all the Zerglings, the Aether's Bly Zerglings are just like, oh, I didn't know it was my birthday, I'm getting out of here. Surprise party indeed. And Nerchio coming through, and we're going to talk about that instead of my terrible bombed joke.
Yeah.
The Muta count is just so much in the favor of... Oh, he's targeting down the Spire.
Uh-oh.
That is really going to hurt the Muta count of Bly.
Oh, oh.
GG. Well played.
After losing your Spire, probably not a lot of transitions left after that. I mean,
Nerchio is up 2-1 now, correct?
yes, Nerchio would be up 2-1 in this best of 5 series, so Nerchio just needs one more game. So far, the games have been sick and crazy. And when I say crazy, I really mean crazy, because those players know each other by heart. They know what their weakest points are, what the strongest points are. And by the way, I love Muta positioning by Nerchio. He usually finds the blind spot outside the range of a Spore Crawler, and also to intercept some of the reinforcements. That's critical. Players sometimes forget to do that. If you have Muta advantage, and if your opponent is not engaging you right now, he probably is building his own Muta count. So the best way to counter that is just to stay between the main and the natural. That way, some of the Mutas will just pass near yours, and you'll do just, you know, splat damage, and that's it. Oh, we're going to do Ohana, and Ohana has another sick intro which we have not seen yet. Are you as excited as I am?
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah. By the way,
I'm super excited.
Yeah, that's more like it. There was a suggestion recently that I'm casting while being drunk. This is why I'm so excited. It's not actually true. If any one of you have tried casting after drinking something, you will probably fall asleep after 1 hour, because casting is exhausting. It's not really a possibility to cast after drinking. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the new map intro. So, like we said, Ohana is the next map, and I hope you like the intro. If you don't, I will just say that to Coyote, and he will make a sad face. No, but honestly, Coyote is a great guy to work with, and you know, the credit for doing those goes all to him. But anyway, let's introduce the players. Here we have him spawning in the lower right corner, the bad mannering corner, the corner where children go if they have been misbehaving. His name is
Acer Nerchio.
Yeah, now you know, someone from his Ohana. He is his teammate, and you know, he's considered a very close friend of his. His name is
Acer Bly.
Exactly. And Bly going for an extractor trick just to keep the drone production flowing. Some players do that, some don't. It's a matter of preference, really. It's something that you should do if you get late with your first overload, and that sometimes happens even to the best. This is when you usually go for a double extractor trick just to keep the drone production going. And there is not a single early spawning pool in this game.
Yep. With that extractor trick, it's technically, if you execute the extractor trick perfectly, it's slightly better than the 9 Overlord, but you do have to execute it perfectly. So if you're a newer player out there, don't just start doing it by default. If you're going to do it, you have to do it right, otherwise you're actually at a disadvantage.
Yep. And Bly going for a first hatch build, which is nice. Now Nerchio is going for a very late spawning pool, and he'll be taking an expansion right away after that. But for now, both of those guys are just opting in for economic opening. So what do we have here? We have Bly going with an extractor, and he went for the extractor before the spawning pool. Maybe you should explain that to the viewers if they are new with StarCraft 2.
Yeah, absolutely. If you go for the extractor right before the spawning pool, the timing works out perfectly. So as soon as the spawning pool finishes, you have enough gas for Zergling speed, for 100 gas for Zergling speed. This particular build, going for the hatch first, then the spawning pool, and then the extractor, you actually line everything up perfectly so that the hatchery finishes and you have enough for 2 queens and Zergling speed, which is what we're going to see in just a second.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, Nerchio probably going to saturate his 2 bases, but we will see about that in a second. He doesn't have any gases, that's usually an indicator that you want to play economic heavy builds. And I haven't seen that play at all. Oh, this was so smart, taking that queen and just checking if there was an enemy overlord.
Yep, definitely a really strong move. If you can get some overlords out in the beginning of the game, generally people will be playing very tight, especially at this level. So losing one overlord early on is really, really disadvantageous. But you know, Bly being safe with the overlord placement, they're out there. They can scout. They'll know what's coming off the ramp, but they'll have enough time to run away.
And oh my god, such a fast lair from Bly. Is he going to play Mutas so fast? I mean, is he opting in for such a fast force of Mutas from 2 bases? That's certainly an option.
Definitely an option, and if I had to make a guess, that's absolutely what I would say. It's a ridiculously fast lair. In the meantime, though, Nerchio going for roaches, so you could hit a timing where Bly is really weak because of going for this really early lair.
Yeah. And Bly will be having his lair finishing in about half a minute, which is just enough for him. He is already securing additional gas geyser in his main, and will he go for gas geyser in the natural? No, he's droning up. So far so good. I just wonder what is his plan. Yes, he's going for additional 2 gas geysers, and this can either be Hydra build or a Muta build. We will see that in about a second. Now,
yeah, he's rounding up, gonna get up to that 200 gas in just a bit. Ready to build. Yeah, it's definitely looking like Muta.
Yeah. There's the Spire.
So now it's all about the Roach versus Spire play is all about, are the Roaches going to hit before the Mutas are out? If the Mutas get out quick enough, and then the Roaches aren't really going to be able to do much damage.
And 2 Evo Chambers coming right up at the front of the natural of Nerchio. Building evolution chambers there is really nice because usually you have to micro and focus on microing your units very clearly if you're trying to surpass the evolution chambers, because your units just naturally tend to attack the closest enemy thing to them, and you know, if that's a building, then hey, you know, you're wasting your DPS on the building.
Yep. And yeah, it's going to be a good solid 2 minutes of Bly with the Mutas out on the map, where there's no thing that Nerchio can do about it.
He will get them at the earliest possible spot probably, don't you think?
Yeah, it's going to be really early. I don't know about exactly early as possible, but very, very early. This is the earliest that I've seen, at least.
Uh-oh, and Bly is going for it with the Zerglings, and 1 queen is going to fall down. Oh, that queen was overzealous, really nice, and now she regrets it. Oh, and Nerchio already has his roaches here. Also, Bly has a very hurt overseer, but hey. And roaches versus Mutas, this is not looking good for Nerchio. Bly has flipped a coin, basically. He was hoping that Nerchio will be going for something like this, because having Mutas on the map will give Bly a perfect dominance. Also, going for this fast 3rd base, oh my god, this is going to be so difficult for Nerchio to deal with.
Absolutely, we had 7 Mutas come out, we have 2 more on the way. Well, I mean, at this point in time, he gets to clean up as many overlords as he wants, go into the base. He gets to attack down these roaches that are making their way across the map if he wants to. He's got some spore crawlers coming down for defense, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a whole heck of a lot.
And clearing off the creep. Yeah.
Gonna pull back and maybe move into the main. No, it looks like he's going to just run and finish off that overlord.
Oh, and by the way, that was so freaking smart. Nerchio placing his overlords above the spore crawler. That way you cannot see it and you cannot target it. This is something that is well known from Brood War times.
Absolutely, definitely really nice move there. And yeah, so he's going for the Roach Hydra. So we have the Roach Hydra versus Muta. Muta's going to have a lot more of that mobility, and just Nerchio losing so many overlords out on the map. It's a lot of minerals, a lot of larvae that he has to replace, a lot of just a lot of supply. that he's not going to have for a little while here.
Bly going for a ton of Zerglings to support his Mutas. I'm not really sure if he needs those, but then he has to opt in for something. You know, if you would like to have a perfect mix, you would prefer to have Mutas versus Mutas and Roaches versus Roaches. That would give you a definite advantage. But then, you know, you wouldn't have so much gas for the Mutas themselves. All those units are gas heavy, and
nice burrow. Very nice burrow over here.
Bly has to be careful.
Yep, and he's got that Overseer there, that 40 hit point Overseer that he's had this entire time. He's going to be killing the creep. Very nice move.
So annoying.
Yeah, definitely really annoying. It's because going back and forth between the base becomes more and more difficult. And the big advantage of Muta is that mobility. Looking for a blind spy. He's trying to find a place where he can deal some damage, but it's pretty difficult.
How many Mutas are there on the map already?
Too many
we
Mutas.
have 20 here, and 4 more going on. Nerchio is basically shut down within his own base. He's going for Hydras, but how many Hydras do you need to take down so many Mutas?
Well, the main issue with Hydras dealing with Mutalisks is that the Mutalisks stack up. So they can all be firing at the same time, whereas the Hydras won't all be firing at the same time.
So right now, Bly trying to be smart and just getting a couple of hits. Even if he's attacking the buildings, the damage is bouncing up to the closest units, and he wants to do that. The Hydras are there, and he's focusing down the Hydras. Oh my god, they go down so fast.
Just melting away. Really surprised not finishing off these evolution chambers. That is a big weak point in Nerchio's base right now.
Yeah, he will do that shortly, but he wants to make sure he doesn't lose any Mutas to the Hydras. And Nerchio won't be able to complete his +2/+2 upgrades. The armor upgrade went down, and we have Bly asking for a pause. Sorry, you know, the tension is too high. I need to go and have a smoke. I have seen a game like that where a player said, okay, I need a smoke right now. He just paused the game and then went away. The strangest things happen.
Alright. And we're back into it. Oh man, just a couple of seconds left in this upgrade. He's going to defend it with those Hydralisks, and it looks like he's going to get it. That is the attack upgrade. Yeah. Very, very good to have. He needs a stronger response to these
against Mutas, you want to have the armor upgrade because that mitigates some of the bounces, but hey, you know, attack is better than nothing. And right now, Bly just going for it. He's trying to find blind spots in Nerchio's defense where the Hydras can be bounced up damage, and that's a really smart way of playing your Mutas. And he's going for it again, and that Overseer is still alive. I'm not really sure how he does it. And the second evolution chamber just goes down. And Bly did not even bring his bunch of Banelings and Zerglings and Roaches. Oh my god. Bly has everything in this game right now. Wow.
Yep. Really, really, really difficult with this. I mean, I don't know. Hydra, Roach, Baneling. He's getting the range upgrade on him. He's stuck on these 2 bases though. I mean, the issue is that Bly has had these 3 bases up for a long time now, and just straight up in economy. The supply is nearly maxed out to 139. I just don't see Nerchio pulling this one off. It's going to be, it's going to take something extraordinary, and something extraordinary may be Fungals, which it looks like he's going to be going for here.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to try something, and Bly has 30 Mutas right now, and he's going for it. He brought his main force from his base, just a ton of Roaches, a ton of Banelings rolling in, and it's looking like a scene from Michael's Bay movie where aliens are invading Earth.
Yep, it absolutely looks like that. The Banelings are just going to roll in here. This looking like GG. He has to win this engagement if he wants to stay in the game.
Boom! And everything explodes, although Nerchio positioning himself superbly. Most of the Mutas get shot down, and then Roaches now targeting everything that was left there. But Nerchio has built quite a significant army. We have a GG from him, though.
And with that, we go on to game 5.
The rubber match, not to be mistaken with a condom and not to be mistaken with a rubber duck.
No. Totally different things. Condoms, completely rubber ducks, and rubber matches are 3 mutually exclusive things.
So, anyway, the series has been quite mad. Oh, You know, my inside orc just yells for some exercise. I will get that shortly. I cannot get up because I don't have my pants on, but you know, guys. Sorry, just trolling you. But you know, the exercise time will surely come after the stream is done. So anyway, what the last map is going to be? Dum. And they are arguing, oh, you didn't see the gas, so you gambled. The usual Nerchio. Bum. Okay, so what is... Oh, the star station, yes. And if they go on the close spots, that is going to be another mass roach, mass hydra army that we will see.
Very, very likely.
Yeah. That has been a long marathon this evening, don't you think, Jack?
Absolutely.
How many hours?
Really excellent best of fives. We started at 9, right? So 10,
yeah, 4 hours for
4
now.
hours so far. Pretty solid. Yeah. Pretty solid run.
That's not a long run though. I mean, we have been casting 6 hours, but those series right now are so exhausting to cast, and I imagine they are only more exhausting to be playing them. Anyway, let's introduce the map. Alright, and we are in the game already, and the players have decided to change their colors again. That's probably their hobby. I mean, changing colors, one of the coolest things to do during a tournament. Blue-red only? No problem. Yeah, let's toss a dice. And no one using a 6-pool cross spots on Star Station. That's a ZVZ we have not seen yet. I think, you know, there's a nice chance of seeing Mutas right now. And here he is, spawning in the top right corner on the mentioned map.
Acer Nerchio.
Now, spawning in the bottom left corner, his opponent and a teammate.
Acer Bly.
Yes, and guys, this is the last match for tonight. I hope you have enjoyed the stream so far. To give you a cherry on top, we'll be giving away a free Heart of the Swarm copy after this is done. We do that every single stream. And if you say, oh my god, you do that every single stream? Yes, we mean every single stream. What I wanted to point out is that on this map we have the best looking Vespin geysers ever. But hey, that's just me. The players
These guys are discussing the map.
No,
what exactly they need to do.
Yeah, Alfred, I really think you should go for a hatchery first build.
It's like, well, you should open pool first. I said, no, it's too much of a gamble. You see, yeah, so alright, well.
That's not very gentlemanish, you know.
Yeah, as long as I go for a hatch first anyway. Oh, it's a trick. Yeah, you thought I was gonna go for the pool first. You're wrong.
Yeah, we should really go play golf on Thursday.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think it would be lovely, wonderful.
Splendid, magnificent.
Absolutely.
But
anyway. Yeah, so saw some cool ZVZ on this map before in the close position with the roach battle. We had the walls of roaches on either side and all the overlords hanging out in the middle. That was quite nice.
Yeah. And by the way, Star Station, pretty big map. It doesn't look like so because the details it has, it just makes it look like a flying base, which it basically is. Maybe it's a mothership core, but it just feels smaller if you look at it on the game field. But if you take a look at the minimap, the natural fields and the minerals, the geysers are just so small on the minimap. This is really a big map.
Yeah, and big in size overall, as well as big as far as the space is concerned. A lot of the spaces where you'll be doing fighting and things like that are wide open spaces.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so very strong for Ultralisk, which we probably won't see in ZVZ, but very strong for Zerglings and other melee type units.
Oh, and by the way, someone made a great suggestion. I would really like a Terranish map, like London. Oh my god, I would love the players to play endlessly on a map that would resemble London. My favorite city of them all, London, is just beautiful. Now, I don't know if you had a chance of visiting it, but the antique architecture there is just so magnificent. Having a Big Ben on a StarCraft 2 map would be awesome someday.
Yeah, actually that'd be sweet to have like capital cities around the world and play StarCraft on them. That would be like a sick map pool. You have like Paris, Tokyo, London,
New York, New York, yeah. And Bailey Nest going up in front sick. For Bly right now, and the same can be said for Nerchio. So these guys are pretty much mirroring each other so far.
Yep. That Bailey Nest up in the front, Bly using that nice positioning to be safe from rounds. But neither player is really looking too aggressive yet. Bly is building up some Lings and Banelings right now and going for a lair. The lair time is identical this game.
Yes, it is. It is exactly the same for both of the players.
Oh, but here we go. We're starting to get the Ling-Bane war started. 2 Banes coming through. Nice reaction time.
Oh, blocking it off with a Queen, best thing ever to do. One single lone Baning going there for the workers. Yeah, not really much that he can do right there. And some of the Zerglings being nasty and annoying, but it's easy to deal with them after all.
Yep, a little bit of run around there, so trying to get some damage done. Not too much, but the return attack is going to come in from Nerchio. Now he's just chasing this one Redling around the map.
Oh, and it escapes! It's Zack the Zergling.
Yeah, the red Zerg, who is now upgraded to an orange Zerg. A couple of Banelings and a Queen out in the front should be able to defend these Lings. We'll take a look. Oh, he doesn't! Oh! Very nice. Really great control by Bly. Could have exploded both Banelings, but only explodes one. Very nice control there.
That's a sign of a really good player. If you press that X button when you're playing the Zerg, you're basically exploding everything that's selected. So that's not what you always want to do. And now Bly has morphed his Zack the Zergling into Bob the Baning. That's a change of gender, but now Nerchio will be defending himself, and we will see how it goes for him. Now, with such a small threat there, that's nothing to be too worried about. It's just an attempt from Bly to deal some damage, but the Nerchio should be pretty damn fine. Now, we already have Spire going for Nerchio and Spire finishing for Bly, so we are going to see Muta versus Muta after all.
Yes, we are. It's going to be a classic Muta versus Muta for the game 5. It's going to be, it's going to be pretty even here, and that's the main thing. Nerchio is getting these, Bly is getting the geysers up on his 3rd base, and if he can mine a lot of gas from there, it's going to make a big difference in the Muta count.
Yeah, and basically Bly right now is not trying to secure this first for a lot of minerals. No. He is rushing to get as much gas as he can, because every single Muta worth of advantage is worth its weight in gold.
Absolutely. One Muta can make the difference. Just from engaging the right time, it has a snowballing effect in those Muta versus Muta battles. Generally what's going to happen is, at first it's sort of like, oh, you can't tell what's going on, and then all of a sudden it reaches the critical point, and then one player starts dropping off drastically as far as Mutas are concerned. Now, this is a lot about positioning. It's a lot about having your Mutas in the right situation. You want to be close to your base, and you generally don't want to engage in your opponent's side of the map unless you have a big advantage, which is what the issue was a couple of games back. So the earlier gas here is going to give a bit of an advantage to Bly. He did secure that expansion.
And Nerchio is also securing his 3rd, although it will be kinda late. So Nerchio will have kinda less Mutas in general, because none of the players really over-invested in Baning, so this puts them on even foot. But then Bly will be very careful to take all of his Zerglings with him when he is planning to do Muta versus Muta fight, and you can see Nerchio doing exactly the same. Why is that? Why do you need Zerglings alongside with your Banelings? Well, some of the splash damage, if you fight Mutas versus Mutas, just carries over to the Zerglings on the ground. This is why it's nice to have them just to soak up damage for you. That's it. That's really it.
Yep, and you can even see both players putting these Zerglings and Mutalisks on the same control group, so that way it's easy to keep them together for those battles.
Yep. Right.
Now we have a 60-second gap here where Nerchio has the upgrade advantage. This is a time where he could really make a difference if he gets into an engagement.
Oh, but will he see the opportunity window? When we check the Muta count, it's 21 against 17 for Bly here. So Bly has the upper hand when it comes to the Muta count, and I don't think that those upgrades difference will be that much important if you have that much Muta advantage.
Yep, it's the more mutas that are on the map, the more the upgrades matter. So in the smaller numbers, they're not going to make a big difference.
Is going
large numbers, they will. Maybe a little bit of a gas snipe. He took down some of the drones that were mining there, and Bly hasn't replaced them yet, so that's going to be nice. He's going to run across the map. He should be able to escape this pretty handily.
And Nerchio is just trying to take this when the defender's advantage applies to him. The defender's advantage magic works in that way. If you defend very close to your own base, you will get the reinforcements much faster, much sooner than your opponent. Oh, and we have the engagement. What is the worker count? Sorry, what is the Muta count advantage here? Nerchio is dropping like flies. The same can be said about Bly. Both of them have nice upgrades. Nerchio went for a faster armor, but now it doesn't really matter. And is Bly taking it? Yes, he is. Oh my god, this was so close.
Bly's got this. He's in a huge advantage. It's gonna be very difficult for Nerchio to come back. There's no sport calls over here. Oh, he's gonna engage some more, even more mutas. He can't afford to lose mutas right now. He's far enough behind as it is.
And even pulling back queens to help with the defense.
Not looking good.
No, not looking good at all. Nerchio, yeah.
One eye is crying. Single T.
Yeah, like a tear. And Nerchio, he doesn't feel really good right now. He is losing to his teammate. Probably Bly doesn't feel very good either. It's never good to eliminate one of your teammates from a tournament. And Nerchio still trying to go for it, but Bly just has the upper hand advantage with the count of the mutas. Not sure why I call them workers. And it seems he'll be taking the game number 5 and thus moving on to the lower bracket finals next week, guys. Oh, and again, Nerchio, Batman ring out of the game. Nothing surprising today, but hey, you know, Bly is the hero, and Bly defeated the bad guy in this tournament, which unfortunately is my buddy Nerchio. So, what can I say? This has been a sick ZVZ series. It has been determined with a very standard Muta build openings. But you know, all the previous matches were just so excellent. So far so good, guys. I think this has been the best ZVZ series I have ever casted, because those players just know each other like an open book, and they can read each other like an open book, and thus this is a
the book is open.
Yeah, the book is open.
Trying to say.
It's a different way of playing a mind game that way. So anyway, sorry to say goodbye to Nerchio from this tournament. Bly will carry on the Acer's legacy in this tournament. We will have him fighting against Cass or Happy, depending on which one of those falls from the upper bracket. We will see that next week, guys, so make sure you come back and check. Now, the part you have been all waiting for, the free Heart of the Swarm giveaway, just to make this evening even better. Let me just go and exchange the pleasantries with the players, and I'll be back with you shortly, guys.